Okay, folks, let's call to order here the April meeting of the Town of Newbury Human Resources Board. It is 4:02 on Monday the 29th, and present are
Diane Doyle.
Mark Fleckman,
John Farrar.
Anthony Antico.
Lynn Peabody.
hello everybody. I would imagine that Chief Fisher should be joining us momentarily. I believe that she's on her way, so let's kick off and hopefully she'll be here shortly to join us. First order of business is to approve the minutes of prior meetings. We have 3 sets of minutes to review in order. The first is the minutes of the meeting of 2/26. Has everyone got that in front of them?
Yep.
There were 2 edits brought to my attention that I changed on my original copy. On the item number 4, third line from the bottom, Patty Fisher reported that a full-time dispatcher will be moving to part-time duty, not due.
Good. Thank you.
And then under the number 7, the first line, the policy requires all employees and board members who access town-owned technology, not who access to town. So we've removed the 2, and those edits have been made.
Okay. Well, Frank, I think 2 would have been fine too. It's a little funny, but it's
Yeah,
makes sense. So. Okay.
I respect the edits.
You're looking at Tony now.
Like,
But other than those, well, has everyone had an opportunity to review the minutes of that particular meeting, February 26th?
Yes.
yes.
Thank you. Any other edits that folks are aware of that are required?
No.
Seeing no hands raised, is there a motion to approve the minutes?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor of accepting the minutes of the February 26th meeting, say aye.
Aye.
Unanimous, thank you. In order, let's look at the February 26th subcommittee minutes. Again, thank you, Diane, for the prep on this. Has everyone had a chance to read through those minutes?
Yes.
Yes.
Did anyone catch anything that required editing? Seeing no hands, is there a motion to approve the minutes of the February 26th subcommittee meeting?
So move.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor of accepting the minutes of the February 26th meeting, say aye.
Aye.
Unanimous? Thank you again. And finally, the minutes of the March 25th HR board meeting. Again, thank you, Diane. Any edits?
So it was brought to my attention that Patty Fisher was not at that meeting, so I edited that, and I believe it was Lynn Peabody who made the motion at the end to adjourn. So those edits have been made.
Okay, thank you very much, Diane. Any other edits that require attention? Seeing none, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor of accepting the minutes of the March 25th, 2024 meeting, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Unanimous, thank you. Again, Diane, I appreciate your diligence in getting all these to us in advance. That takes care of the meeting minutes. Next order of business, employee issues. Let's turn to Diane, and hopefully Patty will be along shortly, and she can tell us what might be happening in the PD.
Nothing's been brought to my attention.
Okay, we'll hold on PD. You know, my guess is at this point perhaps Chief Fisher may have been detained unavoidably, but we'll see what happens there. So, okay, no employee issues to discuss. Personnel actions and job vacancies. I know there's been a flurry of activity over the last couple of months, and I know last month we reported some good news in terms of new start dates and new hires. Anything else to report there this month?
So with the vacancy that I announced last month in the DPW with Darren Sanborn retiring, Tim Tolman, who's been with the town, has moved into the foreman position. That was effective on March 25th.
Great.
I have hired an assistant treasurer collector who will be starting on Monday, the 6th. She comes to us from the Salem School District, working in the payroll department. She is a new Byfield resident and will be joining us as the assistant treasurer collector on
Great.
Monday.
Good
So I'm very
deal.
excited about that.
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
I think she'll be a great addition. I
Great.
believe there was one new full-time fireman who was hired to fill the open vacancy there, and they started on April 1st.
Thank you. Can I just go back to DPW for a second? You said it's Tim Tolman?
Yes.
Who's moved up to foreman?
Yes.
Is there a domino effect there? I mean, was he in some sort of a supervisory role that somebody else will bump into, or?
So he was a truck driver, equipment operator, but based on his tenure, he moved into that position.
Okay.
And we had previously hired, I think it was reported at the last meeting, Justin Crosby, who was a new DPW
Right.
hire for us. So
Okay.
that completes the,
So it doesn't require another backfill? is what I'm
right, so
asking.
we,
Yeah.
so we filled the vacant position, knowing that we were gonna move somebody into the working foreman.
Okay,
As far as any vacancies, we currently have 2 openings at the library. Both are associate positions. One is in circulation and one is in the children's department. We've had 2 people leave. One left for a position in Boston, working for a private, I believe, a school. And we had another person who left or is leaving. So we have 2 vacancies there for, they're part-time positions, less than 19 hours. And I believe I've received some emails recently that they look like they've got a pool of candidates and
Great.
they'll be making some hires.
great, thank you. Questions?
Nope.
Agenda item number 5, workplace issues, ethics issues, discrimination issues. I'm not aware of anything that has crept up that requires attention for probably the 83rd consecutive month. That's a good thing. But nonetheless, we always like to make sure that there's nothing boiling under the surface at any town facilities, and happy to report that that is still the case. So, safety issues, again, something we typically turn to Chief Fisher for, but in her absence, anything at Town Hall that you're aware of?
Nothing that's been brought to my
Nothing new at Town Hall relative to COVID, or,
No new protocols
okay.
following CDC guidance.
okay?
I don't know, have you
Question?
seen anything change?
Nope. So, well, actually, yes, I'm sorry. So it has come out in the communication that masks are required for patient-facing situations only. So that's good, through BILH.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the entire
Yep,
system?
yep,
Okay.
yeah,
So Anna Jakes and,
yep,
okay.
Exeter
So
and,
if you're patient-facing,
yes,
you're required to wear a mask?
yes.
Yeah.
Do you think that that's just strictly COVID, or do you think it's also virus, colds, I mean, all these other things that we're seeing? Or do you think it's just a preventative?
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? You see these videos, you know, we have training videos and things you know, maybe in a healthcare setting, a doctor and a patient and things, and there's no masks, you know, there's not really a lot of infection control in place, you know, like hand washing, things like that, and you just think, oh my gosh, you know, how long ago was that?
Yeah.
So, let's see, so I'll do a quick search while we're talking.
And I'm just curious, when you say patient-facing,
Yeah.
is that specific to the hospital setting, or would it include doctors' offices that are on the campus?
So let me pull it up. I might not
Okay.
be able to get it right now, and if I can't get it right now, because I'm on kind of another,
Okay. I'm curious,
platform.
and again, it's not specific to Town Hall, obviously, or the town of Newbury, but nonetheless, if this is if this is something that's trending in healthcare, it's quite possible that it's going to extend into the municipal world or the corporate world, so it's always good to know in advance, what's new happening and, might be coming our way.
I've had 2 visits, one to the VA in Bedford and one to Newburyport's urgent care, and both times the PMs were wearing masks.
okay. You know what, I will pull this up.
PAs,
And-
rather.
Yeah, I'm like, what's a PM?
Yeah.
But I just went with it, you know?
If you become ill in the afternoon,
So when I find
4.
it, I
Okay,
will,
thank
Okay.
Thank you, Lynn.
I will forward the information along.
Okay, appreciate it. And again, as always, if Lynn forwards it, there will be no communication among board members, no
Yeah.
deliberations, just a thank you for passing it along.
Yep.
Understood.
Okay. All right, safety issues, that's.
So I
nothing
have
else
not
there.
aware of
Okay.
anything.
Other business, the only other thing that we've been chewing on over the last month or so, and which is still yet to be finalized, is the compensation study update. Just as a reminder, as a board, we had determined that it would in fact be in the interest of the town of Newbury to get a better sense of where we sit vis-à-vis other municipalities, especially those close to us, especially those of similar size and structure to us. You know, we're not predisposed one way or the other in terms of what it's going to tell us, but nonetheless, it's, you know, it's probably time, because it's been many years since we've done anything like this. And as Diane has mentioned, because of the lack of information available through MMA, Diane used to get that data regularly from different towns, you know, compensation ranges for different positions, but unfortunately, that's no longer available. That's kind of gone the way of the dinosaur, I think. And so what we're left with is a need to get good quality data. The hope is that the end game will be that we're in really good shape. That you know, competitively, the town of Newbury pays what it needs to pay, and there's equity involved among the, you know, the employee population, and that we're competitive at least. But we don't know that. And so the time has come, and Tracy has agreed that it's a worthwhile endeavor. And so she is in the process of collecting competitive bids, you know, per Mass General Law. We're not quite there yet, you know, between town meeting tomorrow night, town election coming up. I know she's had a vacation time recently. Priorities have shifted. What's that?
Fiscal year end.
Fiscal year end,
So-
right. Priorities are such that this is not at the top of the heap, but she is committed that it will be by the time we meet next month. So hopefully, Tracy will be able to join us at our next meeting and tell us about what the competitive bid process looks like, what the cost of the survey will be, the time frame. My hope is that it will be really worthwhile for us, and it'll give us some really good data to work off of, so.
Yep.
Questions, thoughts?
Thoughts, I'm glad we're getting bids on it, on a vendor.
Yeah, it's
Because I know-
required.
I know we had somebody come forward, or we reached out to one company, but.
Yeah, I think it
it's
requires 3 competitive
Three
bids?
competitive bids,
Good.
Yep.
Yep.
Good, that's good.
as is with many of our you know, it's required.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, that's a standard requirement.
So who will review those bids and choose a vendor to go with?
We haven't discussed that. I would hope that Tracy would enlist us in that process to
Okay.
perhaps at our next meeting. I will effort that, talking
Okay.
to her. We haven't discussed, you know, what it's gonna look like once the bids come in, but I would think that, you know, because has asked us to provide input throughout the process, I would think that she would continue to do that, and, you know, we can look at the vendors, we can look at their history, we can look at what kind of similar work they've done in this general area, check references if need be, you know, do all the things that you would do before you make a decision.
They're not entirely based on the arithmetic math, but on the quality of the proposal and the depth. And,
Right.
not
Yeah,
all,
these are-
not all proposals are equal.
And these compensation, Lynn, you may be very well aware of this, these compensation survey consulting firms are, I mean, I'm sure they have different methodologies, but, you know, they all do relatively the same thing. So my guess is that the pricing will be, you know, I can't imagine enormous swings in price, but again, like anything else, you get what you pay for. And so we'll see how comprehensive they are, how detailed they are, how much work has to be done, and then we'll, I assume, discuss it at our next meeting and hopefully make a decision.
I imagine the RFPs would be, the guidelines would be strict enough so that the bids that we get are going to be similar. You know, and not like way off, you know, this is what this one's proposing, you know, the proposal is for this, and this is different, so.
Yeah.
You know, it's always interesting to open up those bids, right?
Yeah, sometimes it's apples and oranges, you know, some firms are more comprehensive than others in what they do. But again, we shouldn't presuppose that, so let's see what happens, you know, between now and then. And hopefully I'll get from Tracy what that competitive bid process has looked like and get it to the rest of the board well in advance of our meeting so that we can study the information and make an informed decision, you know, have our questions ready, so forth and so on, so.
No,
Do we have an opportunity to see that RFP?
No. No. But Tracy's a veteran of RFPs, I'm quite sure it's exactly as it should be, so. Okay, anything else on the compensation study? Okay. Let me throw it open here. I'm not aware of any other business that we need to conduct today, but let me ask other folks, anything on people's minds? No? Busy time in Newbury. Fiscal year end,
yeah,
town meeting tomorrow, election in 3 weeks? 2.5 weeks?
14. Yep.
2 weeks from tomorrow, I guess, right? Yeah. So busy stuff. No other,
I don't have a message from Patty, so I don't know
okay,
if she must have.
I'm sure
left it
she's
out.
been detained, but we have a quorum, so no problem.
So are,
A quick follow-up on the mask. So I had somebody send it to me, but I guess I don't have enough internet, you know, capability
Yep.
here that I can pull it up. So I will, again, I'll send it to you all. Oh, wait a second, here it is.
You have the little circle going round and round and round?
Oh, no, that's, yeah, it was a different one that came through. Anyway, I'll forward it along to this group.
yeah, I mean, Patty would be the one that would, Chief Fisher would know, you know, if there was anything coming down the
Sure.
pike, so.
Okay. All right, so one last thing, and that is to set the time of our next meeting.
That happens to be Memorial Day.
Monday, May 27th is in fact Memorial Day.
Sorry, I won't be here.
Let me throw open the options. We could, for 1 month, we could move our meeting till the next day, assuming the room is available. We could do May the 28th. We could do it the prior week or the following week.
I will not be here from like Friday to Wednesday of Memorial
Memorial Day
weekend.
weekend, okay. All right, so given that, you know, who knows, other people may have long weekend plans, so perhaps Tuesday the 28th may not be the best day. Any suggestions as to whether you'd like to do it the week before or the week after?
I would propose the June 3rd, which is the following Monday,
June 3rd is the following Monday, yeah?
to maybe give an additional week for the compensation information to come in. I think the week before might be too soon, just to
Okay.
give her an extra week. So that would be my, June 3rd. Is that
Third,
7?
Monday, June 3rd?
Only if we can have birthday cake,
Okay.
because that's my birthday.
Duly noted.
39 again, oh my gosh.
So
We will
June
make sure
3rd
that's in the minutes.
June 3rd with the amendment that it includes a birthday party.
Vanilla?
Whatever.
Okay. How do folks feel about June the 3rd? Is that a calendar date that works as of now?
Is this,
Fine.
see it, yep, fine.
All right. Let's do June the 3rd, Monday, 4 p.m. The only thing I'll ask is, I know that draws even a little bit closer to end of fiscal year. Fiscal year ends end of June, right? Is that a concern for you at all? Or are you going to be out straight, or?
I mean,
Okay.
June 3rd, June 4th, June 5th.
Okay.
This is-
Okay, HR board meeting on Monday, June the 2nd, 2024.
June 3rd, right?
June 3rd, I'm sorry.
June 3rd? Yeah,
June 3rd, right.
okay.
Thank you all. Any other business to discuss?
No.
In our hands, is there a motion to adjourn?
I'll make the motion.
Second?
Second?
Any discussion about that motion to adjourn?
Nope.
We are adjourned.